like this weird competition of cool.
You take a reef shot to the side of the head for a wave like that.
If I can win this, this will be the greatest moment of my life.
All the girls are surfing so well. They're beautiful inside and out.
Going skageless is a whole nother realm, like a fast version of body surfing.
The power surfing is like a lot of that style and grace with some aggression and harnessing all of those things in one and creating your own style.
My job description is student of surfing.
Aloha and welcome to Board Stories. I'm Hokulani Topping and this is the boss, Mike Latronic.
Thank you, Hoku. We've got a jam-packed episode today. We're gonna catch up with our man, John Wade. He's got this collection of Phil Edwards surfboards, so get ready to get all classic with that.
We also have the Big Island man, big wave charger, Torrey Meister, as he's gonna talk about conquering big waves and also conquering fear itself.
Stick around.
Wow, Pipeline never disappoints. Now, we always see shortboarders charging pipe, but there are a lot of other boards out there. For example, there's bodyboarders, and one of the best to do it at pipe is Jeff Hubbard.
Telling board stories can be fun. Our next guest, John Wade, is a longtime surfer and a man who can literally fly. The guy's been an airline pilot for Hawaiian Air forever. Anyway, John's been collecting these Phil Edwards surfboards, and well, when it comes to gliding, we'll let John tell you what's up.
I grew up in Oceanside in the 1960s, so I guess you could liken my affinity for these surfboards to someone who wants to buy an old 60s muscle car or a sports car they coveted when they were a teenager. So these boards represent the whole epitome of my childhood surfing experience. In 7th grade, Phil Edwards was the guy. My music appreciation teacher showed us films of he and Dewey Weber surfing. He actually used Phil as an example of grace and style and compared him to jazz music. I never forgot it. They're challenging in their own way, but in a really good way. And most fun of all is sharing them with your buddies who have an equal appreciation of the history behind them.
Like a razor sharp word. Don't you know I take it in the name of love. Sink into my eyes and throw it straight into my heart. I'd rather take it now. I take it in the name of love. So sharpen your spear like a razor sharp word.
My take is these boards are a walk down memory lane. I guess you could say they're kind of a aquatic time machine, if you will. I think riding them and sharing them with your friends honors surfing's amazing history and what the sport is really all about. Connects you to a unique wave riding experience, and best of all, produces a lot of grins. A pretty fun way for an old guy to snag a few waves.
Well, they say youth is king, and our next featured guest is nothing short of a worldwide phenomenon. Sky Brown is an Olympian skateboarder, world champion, and guess what? This girl can surf.
Where's the wax? It's a little smaller than yesterday, but I think there's gonna be some lefts and rights, and we're gonna have some fun. I'm excited.
Looking at me, boy, you're looking at me, girl. You're looking at me, keeping that love, but you're looking at me. I keep it red, but they keep it coming. Nothing that bad, I can do you no harming. But if you're gonna make me mad, no, don't ever make me mad. Cause if you're gonna make me mad, make me bad, make me bad. Got a lot of keys, but keep it chic. Nothing I would do
Let's check out the finals day highlights from the international surfers at this year's 2024 ISA World Surfing Games in El Salvador. Big wave surfing is no easy task. It takes strength, endurance, and a calm mind. Let's hear it from one of the best big wave surfers from Big Island, Mr. Torrey Meister.
I think there's a lot of little ways you kind of manage fear. For me, I'm always scared. I know some people try to maybe play it off like they're not scared, but I'll straight up tell you, man, I'm always scared. I'll probably be the most scared guy, like every time. When I first started surfing Jaws, I was kind of like, these guys are so gnarly. Like Albie's so good out here, Billy's so good out here, Kai, Lenny, and Walsh, Shane. You know, they all kind of have their level that they're at, and I was like, all right, well, I'm not even there. I started way later. Like I'm just gonna go for personal performances and be happy with that. Like, you know, with Jaws and stuff like that, it's always just kind of like where I want to be and where I want to surf the wave, and I try not to worry too much about where everyone else is going to be. And I think same way with a session, I think you can definitely get caught up in someone getting a better wave than you. You know, thank God my friends are so gnarly, you know, it kind of humbled me right away, so I didn't really have feel like I ever had anything to prove. It was all just kind of personal goals. But I think now with fear, like, I am always really nervous and scared the day before a swell usually. I think it has gotten better at Jaws just because I've surfed it so many times now. But even pipe will give me the same amount of fear too, you know? Jaws definitely is probably the worst, but I kind of live for that fear, you know? When it's summer and the waves are flat or whatever, I'm kind of craving that, you know? So I think fear is I think it's a really good thing. I don't want to say conquer it, but you can deal with it and turn it into something positive, you know? And I think I've noticed, you know, when I roll up to the cliff at Jaws and I see a really big wave or I see that swell module the day before, and that's like when I get the most fearful, but I just have this weird sense of peace, you know? The ocean gives me, for whatever reason, even when the waves are gigantic, you know, I feel this sense of peace and I feel like I'm at home and I feel like it's where I'm supposed to be, and, you know, and I pray a lot too. Especially when I go down on a bad wipeout, dude, that's like the first thing I'm doing is praying. You know, maybe that fear brings you a little bit closer to the good Lord. I don't know. It does for me, so. I like to think I have a special relationship with backdoor. I've always felt more attracted to going right. The ways I grew up surfing, most of them are rights. Definitely feel a little more of that comfort with going on my forehand and those kind of ways. And backdoor super gnarly and sketchy, and it's hard to tell which wave is going to be good. You never really know until you go on one. The best wave that I want in my life was a right. It was backdoor wave. You know, it's super long and sketchier, and also growing up on the Big Island, we don't have this, you know, the crowd as much, and feel like there's a lot of guys looking left. There's not as many guys looking right. So yeah, I think that was kind of a motivation too, and it just kind of stuck, you know. I was just like, I don't know, I remember the first time surfing backdoor when I was like 8 or 9 years old, and I hit my face on the reef. It put like a hole through my lip, and it was pretty fine when I drank water, kind of pour out. Yeah, so that was kind of like my first initial experience with backdoor. I don't know, I guess I just kept coming back for more, and then yeah, it's been a give or take kind of relationship, you know. But those moments and those waves that I've, you know, had in my life out there have been totally worth it.
That's about time. Time to wrap things up here on Board Stories. And what a nice mixed bag we had for that one.
We had big waves, small waves, boys, girls, shortboards, bodyboards. We got it all on Board Stories.
That's right, and we'll see more next time.